I refused to cover my coworker's emergency project costs after she volunteered me without asking. I work as a mid-level analyst at a small consulting firm. I make decent money, but nothing wild, and I'm still aggressively paying down debt from grad school. My coworker Lila and I started around the same time 5 years ago, and bonded early over being the reliable ones. When clients were difficult, we handled it. When deadlines were tight, we stayed late. So when Lila asked me to be her backup on a high-visibility client pitch, I said yes without hesitation. The pitch itself went well. The client loved the proposal, but wanted an accelerated timeline. Instead of the usual 6 weeks, they wanted delivery in 3. Our manager asked who could support the crunch. Lila immediately said, "We can do it," and gestured at me. I didn't love it, but I nodded. I figured it meant extra hours, not extra money. 2 days later, Lila called me after work sounding frantic. She said the client had requested additional data modeling software licenses and outside research support. Then she said, "I already told them we'd handle it." I asked what handle it meant. She hesitated, then said the firm wouldn't approve the expense that late, so she planned to put it on her personal card and get reimbursed later. I told her that was a terrible idea and that reimbursement wasn't guaranteed. She laughed and said, "Relax, we'll split it. It's only $3,800 total." I almost dropped my phone. That was more than my monthly take-home pay. I said I absolutely could not front or split that kind of money. She went quiet, then said, "But you agreed to help with the project. Helping with work is not the same as personally funding it." I told her she needed to go back to management. She said it was too late and that she'd already told the client we were all in. She added, "If we don't do this, it'll make us both look bad." The next morning, I was added to an email thread I wasn't supposed to see yet. Lila had written to the client, "My colleague and I are personally invested in making this successful, even if it means covering gaps ourselves." I scrolled, confused and angry. She had framed it like I was financially backing this project. I replied all. I said I was happy to contribute labor and expertise, but would not personally fund software or third-party vendors, and any expenses needed formal approval. Then I removed myself from the thread and went straight to HR. Lila cornered me in the break room an hour later. She was shaking. She said I'd blindsided her and made her look incompetent. I said she volunteered my money without consent. She said I should have talked to her first. I said I tried, and she brushed me off. By that afternoon, management shut the accelerated timeline down. The client backed out. Lila was removed as project lead. She stopped speaking to me entirely. A week later, a mutual coworker told me Lila had been telling people I sabotaged her opportunity because I was selfish with money. That stung, but it also clarified everything. She didn't see me as a teammate. She saw me as a safety net. 3 months later, Lila resigned. On her last day, she sent me a long message about how disappointed she was that I didn't support her when it mattered. I never replied. I kept my job, my savings, and my boundaries. I learned that being reliable doesn't mean being expendable.